Hey everyone, welcome to the Get Your Life Together Girl Mini Mindset Reset. I'm your host, Danielle Van. As a cognitive behavioral therapist, a life coach to women, and author, one thing has become abundantly clear. So much of what gets in our way in our daily lives is not only how we think, but what we think, our mindset. Because of that, every other week, I'm taking your requests and questions and handing over quick, easy to use, practical strategies and life tools to help you shift your thinking, create calm, help you understand and express your emotions, harness your inner power, and learn how to navigate your personal story in 15 minutes or less. After all, how else can you get your life together? So let's shift your perspective with the tools and conversations that help you in the throes of change. The Get Your Life Together Girl podcast mini mindset reset starts right now. Self-doubt is something we all experience. It doesn't matter what our background looks like or how good we are at something or lack skill of. Self-doubt still has a way of finding its way in. Kendell wrote in and said, Danielle, I'm dealing with self-doubt. And I know that I can get myself out of it, but it seems to keep coming back around. I was hoping that you could provide some kind of information as to maybe a secret or a way to deal with self-doubt that is different than what I'm finding on Google. Yes, Kendell, I can. There are some secrets, about 5 that I want to hand over for dealing with self-doubt. Self-doubt is something that grows really quickly. It takes over. It's best friends with fear, right? It loves the saying, what if? And it likes to be the impasse, the roadblock for your success. So let's get right to it. How can we deal with the self-doubt that nags? The thing that comes in, it talks trash. It is our inner, not so much best friend and takes over the good experiences in our life. Secret number 1, it sounds really simple. It is probably the hardest in all of the secrets that I want to give you. It is don't get hijacked, right? So when self-doubt comes in, when you're challenged, your job is to be present. How many times have you had a moment where you have an experience, you are super challenged, you're not sure what to do, you're not sure what it's going to look like, anxiety starts to shoot through the roof, stress has made your mind want to blow, and all you can hear is, I can't. I don't know how. When those expressions find you, you are already in hijack mode, okay? You have to be prepared when you are being challenged to hear the voice of self-doubt in your head. And when you hear it, you have to recognize it and say, you know what, this is not going to serve me right now. And you have to put yourself in a stronger position than your doubt in order to meet it. And this is where we talk about this so often on this podcast, but it's so simple. And this is where we just get down to just the facts, right? What are the facts? I think, no. I feel, no. I know X, Y, and Z. If you can meet this hijacked self-talk, this place where self-doubt is more in the lead position than your logic is, you have the ability to turn it around. You have the ability to stop it. So you have to become super aware of your feelings, of how you're showing up to the moment. If a challenge comes in, you have to be aware that self-doubt has the ability to not only knock on the door, but enter without permission. So when it starts to creep in, the first thing to do is to eradicate, to silence the voice. You cannot allow it to come in. You have to block the what ifs. We do that with what are the facts. When you have the facts, you are able to give yourself a path forward. And in that, secret number 2 is don't wait to ask and don't wait to be asked. People who doubt themselves wait for an invitation to the table, to speak, to say something, to do something. They overthink. And it's this place that when self-doubt rises, that can really put you on the sideline of your life. So don't wait. Don't ask. You have as much right to speak up for yourself or to make the damn plan or do the damn thing as anyone else. Remind yourself that people respect people when they share thoughts, when they're interactive with their life, and don't allow anyone to speak up for you. When self-doubt comes in, you have to decide, how will you deliver the result? How will you come to the moment? Not how will someone else do it for you. Don't wait to be asked to the table, and don't wait to take action. Self-doubt loves to say you're not enough. You can't. You won't. It doesn't matter. It's fine. And the truth is, it's not. If something is important to you, you have as much right to go after it, to dream about it, to be it, as anyone else. So don't get hijacked, and don't wait to be asked. The third thing is, know how you look when self-doubt comes in. This is really important, okay? And a lot of times when self-doubt comes in, the first thing I know and I'm looking for is that shoulder slump or shoulders tucked up, by the ears. This uncomfortable feeling. It's a space where your facial expressions may drop. We cross our arms. We try to protect ourselves. Know how you look when self-doubt comes in. People can see it. I said something the other day during a podcast that hasn't yet launched with a guest. And I said one of my daughters told me that one of the best pieces of advice I ever gave them was to not look down at their damn shoes. When self-doubt comes into play, we're looking down. So adjust. Make the small adjustments. Be in control of how you look and sound, and that will help you boost your confidence and help you speak up for yourself, engage, and do the things. One time I had someone who really struggled with self-doubt and especially speaking up for herself in a group setting of friends. And I would have her stand in front of her mirror and have a conversation with these people and watch how she showed up. And by this simple act, she was able to gain control of what she looked like and really be able to confidently speak her piece. And when it came time for her to do so, she said, you know what? All of that mirror training really helped me. And it seemed so silly at the time, but I knew what I looked like. I knew that I had the ability to say what I needed to say. And I was able to do the damn thing, even though inside I felt a little shaky. The fourth secret is to stay out of worst case scenario and also engage in it. Seems a little backwards, doesn't it? But when we have self-doubt, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, we tend to go to worst case scenario to provide ourselves the imaginary evidence that says we can't do it, that we're not good enough. Right? And so we can actually lean in and counteract the thinking by asking, what's the worst that could happen? If I doubt myself and I default in my life, what's the worst that could happen? If I counteract this thinking with something that happened, say, oh, well, people will make fun of me, or the last time I made the decision, I failed. You can get back to the facts, right? Go back to number one in the don't get hijacked and say to yourself, is this the exact same as last time? Is everything I'm experiencing, feeling, doing the exact same? And if the answer is no, remember that you can't actually use that as evidence, right? Now, we can use the overarching evidence a lot of times, but I want to say if we're using this as I will fail because last time X, Y, and Z and the two ingredients aren't the exact same, don't use that as the evidence. It's okay. The hijacked brain is who's talking and you do not have to listen. The last one, the last secret I want you to lean into is the idea that failure is not possible if you're showing up. You also can lean into the fact that failure is about how you connect to a moment. The hijacked brain, without a positive target, is going to focus on what's wrong. It's going to obsess over the people and the situations. It's going to try to repeat the past because it's looking for the evidence and the pattern. And it's going to create unnecessary stress and anxiety. It's an error in your thinking, right? It's telling us that we're going to fail, and no matter what we do, we're never going to be good enough. And so you just need to lean into the self-doubt. Remember, there's another piece to this too. Bad memories, hard moments are always going to come up as the reason to stop you from doing things. You can't expect to listen to your mind and have a positive, emotional rise to something that feels negative and then feel okay to do whatever it is that you're feeling doubtful about. Failure is a situation that allows you to extract something from it, decide what you're going to connect to, and then look at, how do I want to move forward? It's okay if things do not pan out, but it's not okay to hijack. It's not okay to wait to be asked to the table. It's not okay to slump into yourself and give up. It's not okay to live in worst case scenario all the time and then call yourself a failure. Self-doubt is nasty. It's experiencing a state of uncertainty about a truth that we believe about ourselves. That can be emotionally, or our beliefs, our thoughts, our opinions. It's this truth, in air quotes, that guides us into a space of not being able to do what we want to do. It manifests in so many ways, and we don't actually have to fall victim. I hate that word, but that's really it, right? To our experiences. You can eliminate self-doubt by leaning in and using these secrets. I am capable. I'm able. I have a choice to make. Starts with fact, not letting yourself get hijacked, and moving into a space where you allow your truth to be different than your fears. Oh, let me say that again. I'm going to allow my truths to be different than my fears. You can reject fear. You can reject failure. You can double down on yourself instead of the negative voice. It's okay to believe in yourself, even if it's the first time you've ever done something. I hope this helps. I hope that you'll do the thing. And I hope that you'll realize that in everything, you have a choice. So, what's your choice? Thank you so much for listening to the Get Your Life Together Girl mini mindset reset. If you have a subject or a strategy request, email us at getyourlifetogethergirl@gmail.com. Or you can visit our website at getyourlifetogethergirl.com. If you're looking for daily inspiration or tips and tools, join the growing community at Get Your Life Together Girl on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Thank you for being a valuable member of this community. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others.